Our third speaker is going to be Kayla Silverstein. Kayla's working in the presentation mastery pathway. This is a level 1 project which focuses on vocal variety. Have you ever gone through a long process to get a reward that was very important to you? In this speech, titled Eyes on the Prize, Kayla will share the lessons she learned on her journey to get that great smile that she has. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Kayla.
About now. Good? All right. Thank you, Toastmaster. There are some times in life where we start on a long path to reach a goal. It might feel sometimes like it's taking forever, like you're just never ever going to get to the end. But even when it feels that way, or especially when it feels that way, it's important to keep your eyes on the prize, as some would say, which really means to just think of the reward that's waiting for you at the end and how happy you'll feel when you get there. A few weeks ago, I was looking in the mirror while brushing my teeth, and I stopped to appreciate my smile for a few minutes because, you see, it didn't always used to look like this. That was a process that took 4 long years. Who in this room has had braces before? Nobody. James. Cool. Well, when I was a little kid, my teeth didn't look like this. They looked like that. Karen, would you? Yeah. As cute as that overbite was on I want to say, a 3rd grader, as I got a little bit older, it became clear that they couldn't stay that way. They were going to have to change because my adult teeth were growing in crookedly, and that meant that it was going to be time for me to get braces on soon. It was a long and sometimes uncomfortable process, but the reward that was waiting for me at the end would make it all worth it. In 6th grade, I found out that, like many of my friends, I was going to be getting braces on very soon. Now, some kids, when they find out that they're going to get braces, they get nervous. Some kids get scared. Some kids even get embarrassed. But me, oh my God, I couldn't wait. I was way, way, way too busy thinking about how I was going to get all different colors on the bands, and I was going to go and get them on and then go to school, and it was going to be a surprise and everyone was going to love it. I didn't even have time to think about anything. I was just excited through and through. But that also meant that I had no idea going into it what to expect. And one of the things I didn't know, and it wasn't a good thing, was that before I could get any kind of braces put on my teeth, there was something important that had to happen first. I still had 9 baby teeth and 1 adult tooth that were stuck under my gums. And in order for me to get my braces on, I was going to have to get all of them pulled out. All 10. Yep, there they are. So yeah, as uncomfortable of an experience as it was, and it was uncomfortable and painful, I actually have some interesting memories from this time, like finding out how amazing Trader Joe's chocolate pudding is because I was eating it all the time. And being told later that I woke up from the surgery still kind of messed up from not quite right from the anesthesia, crying because, in my own words, nobody took any pictures of me. And because getting teeth pulled can be a painful process, some people would choose to just forget about the whole thing as soon as it's over. But I chose to keep all 10 teeth, and I still have them in a drawer in my desk I have them to this day because I was scared about getting them pulled out that first time. And instead of choosing to focus on that, I chose to think about how it was just one step closer to the goal that I was trying to reach, how it was just one more step closer to that. And because of that, I feel happy when I look at that big bag of teeth instead of feeling upset or anything like that, because I mean, it was my prize at the end for being brave. Who wouldn't be happy about that? And then finally, after getting all 10 teeth pulled, it was time for me to get my braces on. But there was still a little bit more to it than that. For one thing, I had to be extra careful when chewing any kind of tough or hard or chewy foods, and I may or may not have broken the brackets off a few times because I wasn't careful enough. And I even had to wear headgear for a while. Luckily not to go to school, just to go to sleep. It was frustrating to me how slow it felt like the whole process was going, because you can't see your teeth moving when you have braces. Only if you look at pictures of yourself from months ago and compare them to each other. And even then, it's just the smallest little amount. But I just reminded myself that I had to be patient and trust in the process, and that all of these small steps were just towards the goal that was waiting for me at the end. Then, after 4 long years, it was time for me to get my braces off. Oh my God, I was so excited. During the weeks leading up to it, it was literally the only thing I could think about. And when I got them off, I spent the entire first 2 weeks just ordering corn on the cob and big juicy steak at every restaurant, every single chance I got, and stopping to stare at myself in the mirror every chance I got, because it felt so good. But just like with any process that takes a long time, there was one more important thing left that I had to do. And that was to take a step to make sure that I maintained the reward that I waited so long for, by getting a retainer that I would wear and still do wear every night to sleep. And with that, my 4-year-long wait for my brand new smile was over. If there's anything I learned from this experience, it's that patience and being able to trust in a process are the keys to getting what you want. So many of us will start on a long path to reach a goal and feel like because we don't immediately see progress, that it must not be working. But getting there takes time and patience, and you just have to trust in the process and think of the reward waiting for you at the end, and how happy you'll feel when you get there. And take steps to make sure that you don't fall off the wagon because you don't want to, trust me. There were a lot of times while I had braces where I felt like the process was taking forever, like it was just never gonna end. But by keeping my eyes on the prize, I was able to take the whole thing one step at a time. And if you can do that, then I know that you'll be determined and strong enough to get through any process, no matter how long. Back to you.